Hi, my name is Dan McLean, and I would like to be your next City Councillor for Calgary's Ward 13. I moved my family and my business to beautiful Southwest Calgary over 20 years ago, and it was one of the smartest decisions I've ever made. Now that I've sold the company and my kids are all grown up, I believe it's time for me to give back to this amazing city that has been so good to me. I believe it's time for change at City Hall. I've never seen a mayor and city council so dysfunctional. I've seen out of control spending, endless tax hikes, constant childhood bickering, and far too much business being done behind closed doors. I believe we need to make Calgary more business friendly and to create more jobs. And to do that, we need to have this city run more efficiently. The City of Calgary has an operating budget of over $4 billion, and I am confident there are savings and efficiencies to be found. I believe my experience running a company in the private sector will be a great asset in helping achieve this goal. Now, unlike the city, when the economy took a downturn, I did not continue to hire more employees, give out raises, double pensions, golden handshakes. I certainly didn't go out and buy all sorts of fancy new stuff. Now, due to many reasons, our city, our province, the country are all in dire financial trouble, and fiscal restraint and accountability will be necessary to turn things around. Another thing, I'm a firm believer in term limits and that politics should be a privilege, not a profession. In my opinion, the longer one stays in the same public office, the more distance they become from the people they're supposed to be serving. Now, I think we've all seen examples of public servants that became entitled and arrogant after extended periods of time in office. Now, when I'm elected, I pledge I will work hard and I will build consensus with my fellow councillors and the new mayor for the benefit of all Calgarians. I'm a team player. However, my primary concern and responsibility will always be to the residents of Ward 13. I also believe it's very important to have good relationships with our provincial and federal representatives. And one of my favorite provincial reps for Ward 13 is MLA Schulz.
Thanks, Dan. As I've often said, politics is about a couple of things: hard work, teamwork, and really truly seeking to serve the people who you want to represent. I know that you have shown this over certainly the last 2.5 years since I've known you, but also over the last year where I know you have been working so hard. You've been out there door knocking, rain, shine, snow, to hear the views of the people in South Calgary, and I wish you all the best in your campaign.
Thanks, Rebecca. You are too kind, and thanks for all the hard work you are doing as the Minister for Children's Services. Now, on the federal stage, I think our Member of Parliament, Stephanie Kusie, is doing a fantastic job representing Southwest Calgary, well, all Albertans for that matter.
Hi there, I'm Stephanie Kusie. I'm the Member of Parliament for Calgary Midnapore, and I'm here today to offer some words of support for Ward 13 Councillor candidate Dan McLean. First of all, I think that citizens in Ward 13 are looking for some consistency with the decisions of their councillor, and I really believe that Dan will provide this consistency. Secondly, I really think that citizens of Ward 13 are looking for a candidate who will continue to support the natural resources sector, oil and gas in particular, and I feel very strongly that Dan will do this consistently. And finally, I think that the citizens of Ward 13 are looking for a councillor that shares similar values to the representatives at both the provincial and federal levels, and I feel that Dan does this as well. So as we head into the civic election this fall, I do hope that you will consider supporting Dan McLean for Ward 13. Thank you.
Thank you, Stephanie. Yes, we do need to support our energy industry, as well as we've got to support our agriculture, tourism, tech, film, so many other sectors. We need to build and diversify our economy for many generations to come. Now, on the federal stage, I'm not very fond of our current Prime Minister in Ottawa. However, I do really like the Member of Parliament from the Ottawa riding of Carleton, and that is none other than Pierre Poilievre, who was raised right here in Ward 13.
Hi everyone, Pierre Poilievre here. As you know, I'm born and raised in Calgary and love the city. And like you, I think it's time for a change at Calgary's City Hall. Incompetent politicians there have driven up the cost of living and driven jobs out of the city. High taxes have shut down small businesses, created record vacancy in the downtown business district, and caused seniors in the suburbs, like where I grew up in Shaughnessy, to consider whether they can even afford to hold on to their homes. A lot of young people can't even dream of buying one in the first place with the high costs the city has imposed on housing. It's time for some accountability. It's time for a change, and that's why I'm supporting Dan McLean, small businessman, a hard worker, dedicated Calgarian. He will listen to the people. He will restore accountability and fiscal responsibility at City Hall. Dan McLean is a committed local resident who's out in the neighborhoods listening to your concerns. He's exactly the kind of breath of fresh air we need in the halls of power in the municipal government. And he's the kind of guy who will help put the city back in the hands of its people instead of in the hands of the current incompetent politicians. So I hope you'll consider giving him your support. All the very best, and I look forward to seeing you all very soon.
Thanks, Pierre. You're so right. And you have many fans here in Ward 13, and we can't wait to see it when you make it back home for a visit. So I tell you what, here's what I want to do. I will work with the new mayor, other city councillors, MLAs, member of parliaments, our business, our community leaders to get things done faster, more efficiently, more cost effective. I'll advocate for term limits for politicians at all levels of governments. I'll pledge to support small business and work on creating more jobs. I want to see a reform on pensions, salaries, and I'd like to see an organizational review of all city departments. Well, in short, I'll do everything I can to make Calgary an even better place, more affordable place to live. You know, I do love Calgary. I love that we're the sunniest city in the country, and we're so close to the Rocky Mountains and the beautiful, beautiful views. I love that we are home to the Calgary Stampede and so many other great festivals. I love that we hosted the 1988 Olympics and we actually turned a profit. I love that we're the heart of the country's energy sector that fuels the nation's economy. I love that we are home to many rich and diverse cultures. We are truly a world-class metropolitan city. I also love the rich history this city has of hard work and resilience, which is why I believe with a change at City Hall and your support, the best days will be ahead for all of us. My name is Dan McLean, and I am asking for your vote on October 18th.